I am Rebecca Hefner, and I am here today with author Lainey Davis, who is a romance author who we often feature deals from her on our site, and we're so excited to have her here. Welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Awesome. So I know you have a ton of audiobooks, and all of your audiobooks are wide. So we're really excited to dive into them and find out where they are and what you write. So to get started, why don't you just tell me a little bit about how long you've been an author and how many books you've written and what genres you write in, all that good stuff.
Yeah, I just published book 25
Awesome.
last week. Forging Passion was my 25th romance book. So that's been just
Congratulations.
such exciting for me. Thank you. I started really publishing in 2018. I came home from my corporate job one day and it was raining in my kid's bedroom. We had an ice dam and we needed to replace the roof.
Oh my
And,
God.
my husband and I both already had jobs. So I needed more job money. And one of my friends was like, well, you're a writer. You should write books and publish them on Amazon. And I was like, I can't do that. And he said, why not? And I didn't have a good answer.
Yeah,
And I gave it a go. And now, gradually it just kind of took off and I was able to leave my corporate job in 2021. And I've been a full-time romance author since then.
that is fantastic. Well, congrats on book 25. I mean, that's really exciting.
Thanks.
Awesome. So do you write, so tell us about your genres. You write romance, right? Tell me about that.
Yeah, I always wanted to do steamy romance because for me, I don't have time to skip over that aspect of life. And I just really feel like it's important. So all of my books are contemporary. I live in Pittsburgh, and almost all of my books are set in Pittsburgh. And I kind of have two moods. I have like a sort of angstier stag family series that I'm writing in right now. And then my Brady family and my Bridges and Bitters, they're more lighthearted rom-com type books.
Okay, awesome. So something for all the romance lovers out there,
Yeah.
whether you like the angst or like rom-com, that's great. All right, so tell me about, let's talk about your audiobooks. Tell me about your narrators. Tell me about where you publish your audiobooks. Do you have them on Hoopla and all those places? Tell me about all that.
Yeah, well, when I first started producing audio, I kind of got locked into Amazon exclusivity. So I do have two books that are stuck there, and they're unfortunately my best-selling ebooks. They're in my Stag Family series. But all the rest of my books are everywhere. I really wanted to be in libraries. And I am. I love being on Hoopla. I love telling everybody that I know that they can listen to my books, on Hoopla for no cost to them. And I really love having my books paired right along, the audiobooks paired right along with the ebooks on just all the other retailers.
Yes.
And you had a question about my narrators. The first narrator I had, his name is Nikola Muchkayev, and he is so dreamy. Like he is
Aw.
so dreamy, and
Well, we love that here at Indie Audiobook
yeah,
Tools, right? We love the dreamy narrators.
he's done all of my stag books. The reviews are always like, my commute just got 10 times hotter. And um, when I started out, I really was, as a listener, I was really getting frustrated with dual narrator because the way that the female narrator would voice male dialogue never really matched with the voice of the male narrator. So I wanted to try like a really skilled narrator to perform both parts.
Mhm.
And so my Stag Brothers series, Nicola does all of them. And I think he does pretty great. Um,
Nice.
but as I, continued listening to more audiobooks as a reader, I did really start liking the dual narrator. So all of my books after the Stag Family are dual narrator. So I used Tom Taylorson and Carly Robbins. They did my Brady Family series, and my Stag Generation series, which is publishing right now. It's Bryant Walker and Janine Granda, and they are terrific.
Nice. Okay, awesome. Yeah, and I think it's nice too to get. I do that with my audiobooks as well. I have a mix of solo narration and duet narration. And like, I think it's nice to kind of, sometimes you just, nice to go back and forth. And these narrators these days are so talented. I mean, they're really great. So
Yeah. And I mean, Nicola, like I said, he was the first person I worked with. He's a trained actor, and he's not just reading the book out loud, he's performing it. And
right.
it's
That's awesome. Awesome. All right, perfect. That'll give a great experience for the listeners, everybody out there. So if there was one audiobook that you had to recommend that from all of the books in your catalog that people should start with, what would it be?
I was never going to write my book Restoration, and my readers begged for this book. So there's this kind of grumpy dad character throughout my Brady series, and he's a real jerk. And I wrote him like jerky, and everybody was writing to me like, when's he getting redeemed? When is he getting a love story? I was like, man, I had already established him as a cheater, which that's a big, you can't in romance.
Yeah, that's not good in
cannot get
romance.
past that. So it was such a challenge for me to write that book. And then I was nervous about producing it in audio because I had already had Tom and Carly, do the rest of the series with younger protagonists. And the production crew were like, give it a chance. I think you'll see Tom can do a 55-year-old guy. And sure enough, man, he performed that role.
Nice.
So my advice would be hop over to Hoopla, find Restoration, and listen to a redemption romance.
Awesome. I feel like
narrated by,
yeah.
I mean, he's the same guy who did my 25-year-old protagonist, and it's just fantastic.
Nice. Okay, so that's good. So that's the one that everyone should start with. I feel like there's such love now for the redeemed anti-hero. I mean, so it makes sense that, I mean, people really want to see, they really want to root for someone to reform and to go from a bad guy to a good guy, right?
Yeah.
So that is awesome. Okay, nice. So that's everyone. That's the one you should start with. You can grab it on Hoopla, or do you have what's a website, or like, can we find you on social media? Where's the best place to find you?
Yeah, I'm at laineydavis.com. So that's Lainey. And that has links to everything. Most of the socials, I'm author Lainey Davis. And I do have a lot of my audiobooks on YouTube. I'm working on that.
Nice. Okay, perfect. So we can, so I'll link that here below also, so people can skip right over and just follow you on YouTube and listen to your audiobooks on YouTube, which is awesome. And something I always like to ask before we sign off is, tell me about, is there one character in all of your series that you feel like people would really gravitate to? Is it maybe that grumpy hero, or is there someone else?
Yeah, I mean, so my character Ty Stagg is always my favorite. You're not supposed to have a favorite child, but I just love him. He is this big, huge pro hockey player, and all he wants to do is support his Juniper in whatever she does. And so I'm having so much fun writing him as a 45-year-old dad in the next generation. I just love going back to Ty Stagg.
Awesome. Okay, great. So we have to definitely check out your Stag series. We have to check out your, what was the name with the older hero of the book?
That is Restoration, which is book 6 in my Brady series, but they can all stand alone,
Okay.
You'll just miss hating him as a
okay, jerk at a different time if you start with that one. Perfect. All right. So look for Lainey Davis on Hoopla and on YouTube, and laineydavis.com, all over the socials. That's where all of us authors, we're all over the socials nowadays. So, and thank you so much for coming on and speaking with us. And thanks for all of the great deals that you offer us on your audiobooks. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. And everyone have a great day. Make sure you check out indieaudiobookdeals.com for our current list of great audiobook sales that we have right now. Have a great day.
Bye.